Oh! No! No, 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 no. What? What? What the? What was that?
What began as an enjoyable van camping trip in the snow quickly takes a dangerous turn when an unexpected snowstorm sweeps through the area, turning the adventure into a life-threatening situation. Despite the harsh conditions, the camper impressively stays calm throughout the storm. However, the underlying worry remains ever present as the situation unfolds. Hopefully, he managed to escape safely and make it through the ordeal. On a chilly, rainy night shrouded in darkness, a group of travel vloggers was having dinner inside their tent when an unexpected visitor suddenly entered their campsite.
All the hard work that went into it. Oh!
Out of nowhere, something is forcefully thrown at the tent, startling one of them. As they attempt to resume their dinner, a sharp snap of a twig outside catches their attention, an eerie sign that someone might be moving around their campsite.
What was that?
The following morning, they packed up their campsite, unaware of what the CCTV camera had captured. It wasn't until later that they discovered something eerie, footage revealing that whatever had been roaming around their tent had been walking on two legs. Was it a person lurking in the darkness, or something far more unsettling? In a secluded cabin, a group of teenagers was having a private party when they suddenly noticed something unsettling. At first, the creature didn't appear aggressive and remained unfazed by the sudden flashes of their flashlights. However, when one of the teenagers decided to throw a small pebble at it, everything changed. The moment the pebble made contact, the window sprang to life, suddenly charging straight toward them. That night, they learned the hard lesson that some things in the wilderness should be left undisturbed. In this clip, a man runs through the woods, sensing something terrifying is following him. He trips over a branch and quickly turns around. What he sees next is shocking.
No, 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 no. Hurry up, come on.
Not sure what the pale creature could be, but it's definitely unsettling. What do you think it is? Share your thoughts in the comments. A man was out in the woods, soaking in the peaceful solitude of nature. However, his tranquility was soon disrupted by eerie noises that left him feeling uneasy. Unbeknownst to him, something was watching from the shadows. As he made his way home, he realized the strange sounds were following him. Then, to his utter shock, he saw it.
So this frickin' thing, it's staring at me. They followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But they followed me home and it is absolutely staring at me right now. All right.
A creature with glowing, piercing eyes stared back at him from the darkness, sending a chill down his spine. What would you do if you found yourself face to face with something unexplainable in the woods? On October 17th, 2024, the Work Less, Enjoy Life More YouTube channel uploaded a video featuring Larry, an experienced outdoorsman, on a peaceful yet subtly tense camping trip. Known for showcasing remote camping spots, the channel captures Larry's journey through rugged mountain roads, surrounded by towering trees and remnants of an old forest fire. At nearly 7,000 feet above sea level, he finds the perfect spot far from cell service, adding both excitement and risk. His two dogs, Mason and Marty are his only company in the silent wilderness. As the sun sets, he builds a hickory fire, noting how quickly the temperature drops in the high desert. Though the night starts off calm, an unease settles in. Larry knows how the stillness of the forest amplifies every sound, making even small noises seem significant. Then, suddenly, a sharp snap echoes from the distance, breaking the quiet. Larry tries to dismiss the strange noise as a falling branch, but his unease is clear. His voice lowers, and his eyes scan the dark surroundings. He recalls past trips where unexplained sounds made the silence feel overwhelming. As he eats by the flickering fire, every rustle and snap in the woods adds to the tension. He admits feeling watched, hoping to spot an animal to reassure himself he's not alone. The fire crackles, the only steady sound, while his dogs stay alert, sensing something unusual. He wishes that if something is out there, animal or otherwise, he could at least see it. By morning, relief sets in. Larry wakes up with his dogs, enjoying the calm daylight as he brews coffee. YouTuber Creepy Outdoors is known for his videos exploring the paranormal and creepy outdoor locations across all seasons, from winter to summer. He usually explores alone at night. On June 4th, 2024, he and his dog decided to explore some eerie woods. After setting up camp in a suitable spot, he began preparing a simple meal once nightfall arrived.
Creepy Outdoors here. By myself camping, as usual. And I'm a little shook up right now because I heard some strange sounds.
Afterward, he said he heard some unsettling noises.
Stay here, Mike. Stay here, Mike. Stay here. It sounded like some sort of growling. I'm not sure. I wasn't recording. I was just enjoying my night and Hello? Shh. It's okay. I'm just talking to my dog right now. What? Mika, stay here. Stay.
Almost immediately after, he heard loud knocking noises on a tree. After hearing that, his dog became alert, and not wanting his dog to get into trouble, he called it over, pulling the dog close to him as he scanned the darkness around them.
Okay, well, out of all my camping trip, I've never been this freaked out.
What could be making those sounds in the still of the night? A man was driving down a quiet road at night when he heard someone screaming for help. He parked his car and went to investigate, only to find something beyond his wildest expectations. Was the person being attacked by the creature, or was the creature trying to lure the man toward it? Whether the man made it out alive remains unknown. What was meant to be a van camping trip in a haunted forest turned into the most chilling night of their lives.
You can tap on the glass of cars. Can you maybe do that for us? We heard a little thing earlier. Was that you? Can you do it a little bit louder? Maybe something like that? Okay.
Whoa. Bro, that was the roof.
It worked. It worked. Okay. Thank you.
While trying to unwind, unsettling noises and mysterious movements around their van gave them a spine-chilling sense of unease.
Is that a voice?
Yeah.
It was like a girl's voice.
Legit voice. Where's that?
Yo,
Windows up. Bro, put the windows up.
I can't. What the?
What the was that?
The eerie feeling intensified as they began to realize they weren't alone. Was it something supernatural? A group of hikers was taking a break to enjoy their lunch in the woods when an unexpected visitor suddenly appeared. A huge brown bear emerged above the hikers, and one of them managed to capture the tense moment on camera. The bear placed its head on one of the hikers, who stayed remarkably calm. After a nerve-wracking few moments, the bear eventually wandered off, and the hikers' composed demeanor likely helped keep them safe. What started as a simple night hike for the lost places and legends, YouTube team quickly turned into something unexplainable. The video shows two hikers moving through dark, silent woods, the only sounds being leaves crunching underfoot and occasional rustling. With flashlights and cameras in hand, they stay alert. The hikers know the local legends, stories of wandering spirits, ghostly apparitions, and mysterious lights. Some say this forest holds secrets beyond explanation. As they move deeper, the silence becomes suffocating. Then, one hiker stops abruptly, staring ahead. The camera captures a brief flash of blue light moving between the trees. It's not their flashlight, it's something else.
Just hovering right there. Here, I'm gonna cut my light out.
All right, cut your headlamp out. That's better.
I can see it.
They stand frozen, gripping their flashlights, sensing something isn't right. The forest feels alive with an unnatural energy. After what feels like hours, they stumble upon an eerie sight, an abandoned cemetery hidden deep in the woods. Gravestones, some from the 1800s, are worn and overtaken by nature. But something doesn't add up. Fresh flowers rest on a few graves. Who's been here recently? Hoping to capture something unusual, they snap photos as they explore. Then, out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream shatters the silence.
What was that?
It sounded like that scream again. It sounded like it come from that way though. Behind us here.
The scream echoes again, this time closer, sending a wave of fear through them. Without a word, they pick up the pace, nearly running as their flashlights shake with each step. Whatever was watching them is still out there. The darkness feels heavier, and the strange blue light flickers again at the edge of their vision. They don't stop to check, they don't want to know. By the time they reach the truck, they're breathless and sweating. The bugs swarming around them no longer matter. Slamming the door shut, they drive off, exchanging a look of relief. But even as they leave, they can't shake the feeling that something was watching them the whole time. A van camper driving through a thick forest comes across a strange man on the road.
Doon na lang? Sige po. Thank you po ha. Thank you.
Tumula yung lalaki. Tumula yung lalaki.
The camper stops to ask the man for directions. After a short conversation, he continues driving, but keeps an eye on the man through his side mirror. To his astonishment, he watches as the man suddenly leaps into the air and disappears.
Check ko lang ah, check ko lang. Walang bahay dito. Walang bahay dito.
He pulls over to check, but when he looks around, there's no sign of the man anywhere. Deep in a quiet forest on the west coast of Vancouver Island, a group of hikers stumbled upon something unusual. As they made their way through the trees, they suddenly noticed something that left them stunned.
West coast of Vancouver Island. And there's one which looks to be a footprint. I don't know if it is a footprint, but it sure looks like a footprint. Maybe it's a bear, maybe it's not, but there's my foot right there. Those are size 12 boots. So, bigger than mine. It's wide, wider than mine. She says maybe it's a baby Bigfoot. What do you think?
Amid the leaves and rocks, they came across a single massive footprint with only 3 toes. They searched the surrounding area but found no other tracks, leaving them to wonder what ancient or unknown creature might still roam these remote. On April 3, 2024, a Reddit user went mountain hiking near Hualien City, Taiwan, unaware of the unsettling events that were about to unfold. At 7:58 a.m., NST, a 7.4 magnitude earthquake, hit near Hualien City, Taiwan, killing at least 19 people and injuring over 1,100. It was the strongest earthquake Taiwan had experienced since the 1999 Gigi earthquake. Thankfully, the hiker was not on the mountain at the time and was able to remain safe. In Cork, Ireland, a man was strolling through the woods when he spotted something out of the ordinary. A cloaked, shadowy figure peeked out from behind a tree as he neared. The figure stood motionless, looking like the Grim Reaper. As he stepped closer, the figure disappeared behind the tree, leaving no sign of its presence. Was it a mere illusion, or had he just encountered something beyond explanation? While walking his dog in the woods, a man heard an odd noise that sounded like something running close by. He decided to go back and record what was going on, and here's what he captured. What could be causing that sound? This video comes from the YouTube channel Man Dog Wild, where Daryl, a true outdoorsman, has been taking his viewers on wild camping and survival adventures for the past 4 years. His passion for nature is undeniable, and through his channel, he shares both the beauty and excitement of living off the land. In this video, Daryl embarks on a solo camping trip deep in a dense pine forest, accompanied by his 3 loyal dogs. However, this forest isn't just an ordinary wilderness. It's known for its eerie reputation. Hikers have reported unsettling encounters, from sticks and stones being hurled at them out of nowhere to sightings of a mysterious woman silently trailing people through the trees. Despite these chilling tales, Daryl isn't easily frightened. His enthusiasm for the adventure remains strong, but what he doesn't yet realize is that this trip will take a far more unsettling turn than he ever anticipated. It's January 12th, 2025. The sun is shining, the sky is clear, and Daryl arrives at the forest, fully prepared for the night ahead. Excited to begin, he carefully picks a campsite and starts setting up his shelter, completely unaware of what awaits him in the darkness.
But we will be doing a ghost hunt tonight. Okay, you know, EVPs and whatnot, and ghost boxes maybe, I don't know. It's just some kind of software I've downloaded, apparently. It's some real but who knows? I paid for it too, so it better be. It will also be interesting to see how the dogs react to being here currently. DC sleeping, Hooper's sleeping, and Yeti, I'd imagine, is sleeping also.
With his meal finished and the night fully settled, Daryl figures it's a good time to test out the ghost hunting apps he recently installed. Though the air around him feels increasingly unsettling, he remains doubtful about the paranormal, but his curiosity drives him to see if anything strange will occur.
I'm assuming that head torch, man. I'm assuming that's a fox. Oh, here goes nightfall. Strange noises. The dog's barking. We kind of ask questions and see what happens. So, are there any ghosts in the area with us tonight? If so, how did you... were you... a train track? That's interesting because there used to be a train track nearby here. Like really nearby here. Okay. Must admit, it got some good old battery drain here. A head torch charged up fully. Now my camera's flashing. I don't know what the phone's doing. Ay, ay, ay. Holy moly. The phone's beginning to... Wow, okay.
Nothing seems unusual, his equipment isn't picking up anything noteworthy. But as the night goes on, the once relaxed atmosphere starts to change. An unshakable tension lingers in the air, and Daryl notices his normally calm and well-trained dogs acting strangely. Their ears twitch, their eyes dart around anxiously, and they seem unsettled by something he can't see. At the same time, his electronic devices, his camera, flashlight, and phone, begin losing battery at an unusually rapid pace. Is it just a coincidence? Or is there something more going on? Determined to get answers, he pushes forward and decides to test another ghost hunting app.
You tell me how many fingers I'm holding up.
Bribe.
That's it's close, but yeah, it's not quite accurate. I was holding up 2 fingers. It just said, why are you asking? Whoa! Yep, it was the, I knocked the branch. But what I was going to say was, I just turned around and I saw this kind of, it was almost like a black mist. Just kind of coming along the trees, huh? Yes. Yeti. DC, come. Oh, it's DC. DC. Come here. Come here. Come. Oh, it was Yeti. Was Yeti the black mist? I don't know.
As the minutes pass, the atmosphere grows heavier. The ghost hunting apps aren't providing any solid evidence, but something about the night just feels off. And whatever it was that he thought he saw, he's no longer sure he wanted to know. Not wanting to spend the entire night consumed by unease, Daryl decides to end the investigation and tries to shake the eerie feeling. But even as he settles back at camp, his dogs remain restless, staring into the darkness and growling softly at something unseen. The rest of the night passes without any major incidents, but the unsettling tension lingers. Eventually, Daryl manages to get some sleep. When the sun finally rises, the strange feeling is gone. The forest looks as it did before, calm, peaceful, as if nothing ever happened. Daryl arrived with skepticism, but he was leaving with more questions than answers. Was the forest truly haunted, or was his mind simply playing tricks on him? Moxley, renowned for his fearless explorations of the most haunted locations across the UK, shares his passion for the paranormal through his YouTube channel, Moxley's Paranormal World. He delves into the mysterious boundary between the living and the dead, investigating everything from abandoned hospitals to eerie, desolate forests. No place is too terrifying for him. In this video, Mox and his friend Ming embark on an overnight journey to explore a secluded, abandoned mansion hidden deep in the woods. This location carries a chilling reputation, with locals whispering of eerie encounters, disembodied voices in the darkness, and the lingering spirit of a woman who is said to have died there long ago. Drawn by the haunting tales surrounding the mansion, the two friends are determined to find it and capture compelling footage. On the night of May 24th, 2024, they set off under the cover of darkness, their excitement palpable as they anticipate what lies ahead. Armed with cameras, they document their journey, but as they venture deeper into the forest, an unsettling sense of dread slowly begins to take hold.
This is a bit of a weird start to a video for me. I've come out to check out this old mansion that's hidden out here in the middle of the woods. So we're walking through the woodland to get to it, and we're hearing all sorts of weird stuff. We're almost like, feel like we're being followed around this place. And we've heard somebody cough. We've heard some other weird, I can't put my finger on it, but we both feel the exact same way. Like, we shouldn't be here. I don't know what to say. It just feels off. Something here feels so off.
Something just feels off. As they go deeper into the woods, the whole atmosphere changes, and this eerie feeling of being watched settles in. Every little sound seems amplified, making them second guess what's lurking in the shadows. But even with the growing unease, they push on, not willing to let fear get the best of them.
Look at that one in the back. Look at that. It's dug right down. And they go all the way back there as well. One of the scariest places I've been. You'd have to be here to feel what we're feeling out here. It's just such a weird feeling to it. Ming, I've just been saying the exact same thing.
You are.
A horrible feeling. Like when we were walking down that hill there.
Yeah.
We heard a man cough.
Yeah.
I heard it, you heard it.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're hearing weird stuff out here.
I agree.
And then we come across this little grey.
Stumbling upon old, forgotten tombstones sends a shiver down their spines. The unsettling silence surrounding the graves only makes the moment even more chilling. They take a moment to gather themselves, trying to shake off the uneasy feeling before pressing on. But as they continue deeper into the woods, it becomes clear that finding the mansion is going to be much harder than they expected.
Wrong turn, I don't know.
I have no idea, but we've been going for...
But we've got no signal. So we can't check Google Maps now. So we've got zero signal. We can only follow the path that we're on and hope for the best. But
Well, they can tell us a way out because we can hear cars. So.
well, yeah. So if anything, you just follow the road traffic. Just follow the road traffic, and that'll take us somewhere. To be walking since 11 o'clock, and it's 1:05 now. Did you say?
No, 5 to 1.
5 to 1.
Yeah.
It's a long time of walking and not actually getting anywhere. I don't like it. This doesn't... Yeah, it's steep this, mate. This doesn't feel right whatsoever.
Time stretches on, and Mox and Ming are still having trouble finding the mansion. With no clear path and the forest becoming more confusing, frustration starts to take hold. The excitement they had at the start begins to wear off, replaced by a growing sense of unease. They briefly consider turning back, but their determination pushes them forward. What they don't yet realize is that the true nightmare of the night is just about to begin.
Across.
But the main one was the mansion.
The mansion itself, yeah.
And we don't even know where it is from here. We've got no clue whatsoever.
We're getting bits out here.
There was something that was supposed to be coming out, checking out. They're laughing at us. You heard the talking and then you heard somebody laughing. Right, let's get out of here, mate.
Yeah,
Let's start making our way out, record everything. Heard somebody talking, then I heard the laughing. Now we're hearing dogs, and we have no clue where we're going.
The eerie sounds of distant footsteps make it feel like someone or something is lurking just out of sight. With no GPS and no real sense of direction, they start to feel more vulnerable than ever. Still, their curiosity and determination to finally reach the mansion push them to keep going, despite the growing unease.
Is that a tower?
it looks like a tower to me.
Put your light back on it there.
I'm trying.
Yeah, that's definitely a tower.
I can't.
And we've definitely got a gate here. Private property. Oh my, we have to turn around again.
For God's sake. Private property monitored by CCTV, mate. We can't turn around.
After a long, tense trek, they finally reach the mansion, only to find the gate locked. To their surprise, warning signs are posted around the property, hinting that the place might not be as abandoned as they first thought. They hesitate, debating whether to turn back or push forward. But after everything they've been through to get here, they're not ready to give up just yet. Taking a risk, they find a gap in the fence and slip onto the property, hoping the warnings are nothing more than old leftovers from the past.
Where is it?
There's a gap.
Right, well,
Let's see.
let's go through it and let's find out.
Well, the gates haven't been used for a long time earlier. I'll be honest with you.
Came round the middle line, so...
Ernie, look at this. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Is this the mansion? That looks like a church to me.
That looks like a church.
Oh. Ming, look at this.
Oh my God.
Look at this. It's like a bleeding castle.
It's absolutely amazing, that.
It is. Oh my God.
Amazed by the mansion's massive size, the two friends carefully make their way around its perimeter, looking for a way in without causing any damage. The place is both impressive and eerie, fueling their anticipation. But just as their excitement reaches its peak, a disturbing realization creeps in, one that sends a shiver down their spines.
Yeah.
I'm still getting that feeling.
Same.
That we shouldn't be here.
Mate, what is this?
Your nose is running low as well.
I don't know if you're able to see, but look at this. Wow. Grand piano, everything in there. Just bring it down there then.
Yeah.
There's another building. It's got lights on right next to this. And there's two people just looked out the window.
Right.
And they've got dogs with them. Right?
Yeah.
And they just looked, pointed at me. I
Right.
looked over.
Okay.
And it's like, I need to record this.
Right.
I was just checking to see if there was a way into this, because it's marvellous, this place.
It is.
But
It's huge.
there's some people
you know
just
what?
around there.
If
Let me
that's
just
the
show you
case-
real quick.
Right.
Look, just there. Look at that. There's a building all lit up.
Oh yeah.
And just, I got here, and I just looked in here. I was just trying to show you. They've gone. They're not in the window now, mate.
Right. So they've been in there.
Yeah, they were in that window, mate.
What they discovered left them with no option but to leave, forcing them to scrap their plan of spending the night. The risk of someone calling the cops was simply too great. Still, after the exhausting journey to get there, they couldn't resist sneaking one last look at the unexplored side of the estate before making their way out.
Right, listen to this.
Go on.
Down there.
Yeah.
Big,
Sorry.
big tub.
Yeah.
A plant pot
Right.
full of shells. Absolutely full of shells.
To make our way out.
We could get in, but I think it could be a little bit too risky.
Yeah.
Right, we've just had to hightail it into the woods over there. there's people come out over there shouting all this weird stuff. Couldn't even understand what they're saying. The only thing I could understand is we're going to let the dogs out. And it's like, what? So we just run across the field and we've just sat in here for 5 minutes, but now you can hear them shouting and screaming. I don't even know what they're saying.
I have no idea.
They're making some weird noises.
Yeah, I've not a clue what they're saying.
But I'm sure they said, get off the land, then we'll let the dogs out and all this.
Yeah.
So we've come into the...
We're back in the woods.
We've come in the woods. We've sat in the woods for a few minutes just to try and gather ourselves. And then it's like, they're shouting again, but not shouting anything in particular. What do you mean, what sign? Where?
Come over this way a bit, you might be able to see it.
The sign in the tree?
Dogs loose, keep out.
Oh, you are joking me.
Oh, look, I can see it.
Dogs loose, keep out.
Oh, I know one thing. I'm so glad we haven't come across any digging dogs.
Well,
anyway.
For Mox and Ming, this was the breaking point. They needed to get out, and fast. With no clear idea where their car was, they relied on instinct, putting as much distance between themselves and the mansion as possible. After a long, exhausting trek through the dark forest, they followed the distant hum of passing cars, hoping it would lead them back to civilization. At last, they emerged from the dense woods, relieved to finally see signs of normal life. With their GPS working again, they navigated their way back to the car, though not without a few detours. The night hadn't gone as planned, but one thing was certain. It was an experience they would never forget. In this video, Mox embarks on a solo overnight investigation in a forest that few would dare enter alone, especially after dark. The eerie legends tied to this place are enough to send chills down anyone's spine, from glowing red eyes lurking in the trees to the unsettling sound of a woman crying deep within the woods. Determined to uncover the truth behind these frightening stories, Mox pushes forward. It's December 28th, 2024. By the time he arrives, night has already settled over the forest. The air is icy, the snow crunches beneath his boots, and an eerie silence lingers. But despite the freezing cold, Mox is ready to spend the night unraveling the mysteries hidden within these woods.
this place is supposedly extremely active with paranormal activity. I have to come out. I have to come and check it out. The rumours for myself. Yeah. It's a strange feeling out here. Let's go and see what we can capture. It's a cold night. I think it's something like -4 at the minute. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning now, so I'm just going to get to the spot where people have witnessed most of the paranormal. I know there's 3 different ways, but I got told go over the bridge, and that's where a lot of it happens.
The night has only just begun, but something about the forest already feels unsettling. A heavy presence lingers in the air, and Mox can't ignore the eerie sensation creeping up his spine. Still, he presses on, determined to uncover evidence of the spirits rumored to haunt these woods.
I understand why people get freaked out coming out here on their own. It does feel like something's here. Hello? I swear somebody was just stood up here. Hello?
At first, Mox felt comfortable, but that sense of ease quickly faded. He tries to dismiss the growing unease, convincing himself it's just his imagination. Yet, with every step, the atmosphere becomes denser, almost as if the forest is closing in around him. An unsettling feeling creeps over him, an instinctual sense that something is lurking in the shadows, watching.
Is there someone back there? I'm just getting deeper and deeper into this woodland. I have no idea where I'm going now. Whistling. Yo, who's that? Yo, that's somebody coming towards me. Who's there? Stopped. He's literally stopped.
Eerie, unexplainable sounds begin to echo through the forest, sending chills down Mox's spine. He hears the distinct crunch of footsteps on the forest floor, but when he looks around, there's nothing, no movement, no sign of what could be making the noise. His heart pounds as doubt creeps in, making him wonder if staying here is a mistake. Taking a deep breath, he pushes forward, refusing to let the unknown scare him away.
What the hell is this? See, that's a bird. Now this is interesting. That is a long way down.
Still processing the strange sounds, Mox carefully makes his way through the thick forest. Suddenly, he comes across an old abandoned structure. For a moment, curiosity takes over, pushing his fear aside. As he studies the decaying remains, trying to imagine its past, something else grabs his attention, something that quickly brings the unease rushing back.
Whatever that is. Hello? Either. Hello? Someone over there. There's someone over there. Who's here with me? I seen you. Just there where I'm flashing the green light. The laser. Somebody was over there.
Once again, Mox notices something shifting in the shadows between the trees. His heartbeat quickens as he scans the darkness, trying to make out a figure. Summoning his courage, he calls out, but the silence that follows feels even more unsettling. A creeping sense of unease settles over him. Trusting his gut, Mox decides to keep moving, leaving the abandoned structure behind. He carefully retraces his path toward the forest's edge, walking quickly, but resisting the urge to break into a run. Every sense is on high alert, ready to react at the slightest sign of danger.
Oh, that isn't what you want to be finding out there. Could just be as simple as somebody who no longer wanted the tent, so they decided to leave it. Or it could be the case of somebody come out here camping to try and see if they can last the night because of the reports of the hauntings, and they've not had time to take the tent down. Either way, that is creepy.
The sight of the abandoned tent only intensifies the uneasiness that has clung to Mox all night. Its presence raises more questions than answers. Who left it behind, and for what reason? The unsettling silence around it makes his skin crawl, reinforcing the persistent feeling that he isn't alone. The sensation of being watched still lingers, and as the first traces of daylight break through the trees, he decides it's time to go. Though he's disappointed that he didn't capture any solid evidence on camera, he knows what he experienced. One thing is certain, he won't be venturing into these woods alone at night ever again. Michael, a well-loved YouTuber, has built a loyal following by sharing his peaceful camping adventures on his channel, EKE Acres. A true outdoorsman, he's been camping since he was 5, learning the ropes alongside his parents. For Michael, the wilderness isn't just a pastime, it's home. Living deep in the woods, he thrives in solitude, surrounded only by trees and the sounds of nature. But tonight, something breaks that peace.
And there is huge stuff breaking up in the woods. At times it almost sounds like somebody's building something up there out of the limbs. I'm talking stuff that's like 4 or 5 inch diameter. Like if you leaned it against a tree and you kicked it as hard as you could to snap something that size, a good piece of pine. This is what I'm hearing. Big stuff breaking up in the woods.
Michael has been hearing strange noises in the woods for days. They only start after dark, and no matter how much he listens, he can't figure out where they're coming from until now.
I'm starting to wonder if there isn't somebody that comes on this property after dark. And I've been hearing tree knocks, almost like someone's playing a prank on me. I'm going to turn you guys around so you can see what I'm seeing. This is getting to be crazy anymore, you guys. Make sure the windows are locked, the doors are locked. I check the barn every single day. It takes serious strength to break stuff as big as what I'm hearing. This is not being done by just wildlife. There's no way it could be being done by wildlife.
Michael searches the forest, hoping to find any clue about the source of the noises. But there's nothing, and deep down, he knows this isn't just some animal.
Whatever it is, it knows I'm listening and paying attention. Because it's almost like it's mocking me. I'm not doing this to make scary videos, I'm telling you guys the truth.
His voice is real, his nerves undeniable. Michael isn't new to the wilderness. He's heard every sound these woods can make. But this is different.
You guys hear that? Listen. There is a tree rocking back and forth back there. Something's rocking it, and there is no wind. Look. There's no wind. And something is rocking one of these skinny pine trees back in there.
The sound echoes from the woods near his house, sending a wave of unease through Michael.
Amongst this stand that is rocking back and forth all by itself. Do you hear that?
Who or what is out there? Was it really just a tree swaying in the wind or something else?
Man, you guys, I don't know. I'm getting to where I don't know what to think. Maybe the woods here are haunted. I can't find any info on this place. But that tree is still groaning back there, rocking back and forth, and there's no wind. Zero wind. Look at the branches. There is no wind at all. It is still. So how that tree is moaning and groaning and rocking back and forth all by itself is almost like something is rocking it, pushing against it. Man, this is nuts, you guys. This is totally nuts. And the heavy tree knocks. I mean, there's got to be somebody up in these woods.
Michael isn't scared easily. A skilled outdoorsman, he knows these woods better than anyone. Grabbing his flashlight, he steps into the darkness, determined to get to the bottom of whatever's out there.
Did you guys hear that? Something's running down in there. And it's making that same sound. It sounds like a little kid. It's making noises like a little kid. Wow. What the hell is going on? There's stuff falling out of this tree. This massive oak.
As he moves deeper into the woods, the sounds grow louder and more frequent. His flashlight cuts through the darkness, but there's still no sign of anyone or anything. After 15 minutes of trekking through the dense forest, Michael is left with more questions than answers. What's making these noises, and why is there no trace of it?
I don't know, you guys. I didn't see nothing going up in the woods. Of course, I wasn't totally stealthy and quiet, but I didn't see nothing running or any of that, so I have no idea. No idea.
Feeling drained and on edge, Michael heads back home, but he assures us he'll keep us updated. Camping with Josh is a YouTube channel where Josh shares his camping trips. In one of his most popular videos from September 27th, 2024, things take a strange turn. The forest is misty and damp from days of rain, creating an eerie but calm atmosphere. Though Josh has camped here before, something feels off tonight. As he moves deeper into the woods, he spots a bed sheet draped over a tree stump, oddly shaped like a ghost. He laughs it off, but can't shake the uneasy feeling. He thinks about setting up camp nearby, but quickly changes his mind. The rain picks up, and the forest grows darker and more isolated. Josh finally finds a dry spot, sets up his tarp, and starts preparing camp. But no matter how busy he keeps himself, the unsettling feeling lingers. As he gathers wood, the forest suddenly falls silent. No birds, no rustling leaves. Josh knows this kind of quiet usually means something else is nearby, and then he hears it.
I'm finding it really difficult. Do you know what I mean? You heard that.
Heavy footsteps echo through the underbrush, slow and deliberate. Josh tries to brush it off as a deer or a dog walker, but something feels wrong. The steps are too heavy, too precise, nothing like an animal's random movement. As he works on his fire, a deep unease settles in. He feels watched. Scanning the area, he sees nothing, but the tension thickens. The footsteps continue, sometimes close, sometimes far, circling him. The feeling grows unbearable. His instincts scream at him to leave. He doesn't know why, but he trusts the feeling. Quickly, he packs his gear, leaving behind his tarp and some supplies, planning to return in the morning. But tonight, he's getting out. As he rushes through the misty forest, rain pounding harder, the wind seems to push him forward. Then he hears a bark.
And cook some food. My missus made a nice... There's a dog behind me. Maybe it was a dog this whole time. It's a pig. Right.
In the distance, a dog begins barking, its sound echoing through the trees. Josh wonders if it's just a dog walker or if something more sinister is at play. As he gets closer to the edge of the forest, the feeling of dread begins to subside. The barking fades, the footsteps cease, and the mist no longer feels as suffocating. This YouTuber spends her day off in her van, running errands and stopping by her favorite spot on the California coast. But events take a bizarre turn when this occurs.
I don't know what just happened, but basically I just pulled into this spot. I love it. And as I pull up to this spot, I pass by a McDonald's. It's like, I don't know, a mile away from this spot is a McDonald's, or like 2 miles. As I'm driving by the McDonald's, I like made eye contact with somebody who was pulling out of the McDonald's. I didn't mean to, but I guess I did. And I saw him just like make eye contact with me and zoom behind me and follow me. And he followed me all the way up here. And this spot, there's like it's like hard to describe. Maybe I can, oh yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, so over there, it's like a dead end kind of thing, like with a gate, and that's where I go up there and I turn around there so that I can park here. That's what I do every single time, and nobody else does that. And I do that, and he even follows me up there and around. And right now I parked and I saw him pull up to spec, and then he just was staring at me and I wasn't making eye contact, and then he just zoomed off. So I don't know what that was all about. It's obviously super creepy and I hated every second of it, but whatever, he's gone, and maybe he knew me. I don't know, it's just so weird and creepy. But anyways, we're good. So yeah, oh my gosh, there's a really cute dog walking by. So something I noticed as I'm cooking is the creepy guy in the blue car is back. So that sucks. I hope that it's nothing and that I'm just being really sensitive, but I feel like it's something.
A creepy man starts following and watching her. Though uneasy, she chooses to continue with her plans, but stays highly vigilant.
As I started rifling through my bag of stickers, I noticed the guy in the blue car who I've been talking about this whole time get out and just stare at me. He walked around the car and all of that, and it totally unnerved me. And then before I know it, I see him just drive off.
Thankfully, the man left while she was recounting the story. Oliver, the person behind the popular YouTube channel Oliver Moy, usually creates fun, light-hearted videos with his friends known as NBS, featuring challenges and entertainment. However, on this vacation, they decide to step out of their comfort zone by going camping for the first time, hoping for some laughs and bonding. They don't realize, though, that something eerie is lurking in the woods. As night falls, they drive deeper into the forest, park their car, and hike further to find the perfect spot to camp.
Let me remind you guys that to the car, it takes about 30 minutes to jog, about like 45 minutes if you're going for like a walk. The car is not anywhere close nearby. Let's make our way back. There's a couple things that I noticed over here that we left behind.
The tent is set up and they settle inside, sharing stories, laughing, and enjoying the night. But then, something unexpected happens.
Hey, yo, what's up?
Yeah, it was English. It was not Arabian. Yeah, it was English. Okay, not so scary. Can we just get out of the tent?
Yeah, why the fuck are we in the tent?
No, be outside. Yeah, we're good to go now. We're good to go now.
Suddenly, the mood changes and fear takes hold of the group as they hear a voice outside their tent. At first, it's eerie singing, out of place and unsettling. But when Oliver tries to speak up and make their presence known, the voice turns hostile, throwing insults at them. Panic sets in as they're unsure of the person's intentions, and they quickly decide to leave. In a rush, they pack up their belongings and make the 45-minute walk back to their car.
It's dogs.
A night that was supposed to be filled with fun and memories quickly turned into a nightmare. Who was that person? What were their true intentions? Were they just messing around, or was something far more sinister at play? This camper, inside his car, used a tube heater to stay warm in the 5 degrees Celsius weather. He spent the evening watching TV shows and relaxing, planning to turn off the fridge and get some rest. However, around midnight, his peaceful night was interrupted by the arrival of 2 people near his car.
It's got midnight. I think there's 2 people shagging in the car next to me.
The camper watched the 2 individuals for almost an hour before they left. He referred to them as doggers and was surprised by their late-night activities, especially on a weeknight. To make matters worse, a storm started moving in. The camper witnessed lightning flashes and heard thunder as rain poured down, adding to the uneasy vibe inside the car. His experience really shows the unpredictable nature of car camping, from dealing with sudden weather shifts to unexpected late-night visitors and adjusting to cramped morning routines. These guys were out on a late-night exploration when they unexpectedly came across something unusual.
Some stairs leading right down to what appears to be a structure under this overhang. We walk inside. It's like someone's building a house. And our property owner said that if you follow the basement, you'll see it leads into a cave. I mean, we're already in a cave, but there's a whole system down there. I'm gonna follow the ladder and keep on going.
They came across a house built atop a vast cave system that stretched deep underground. Intrigued, they ventured into the basement, where they discovered a hole that descended even further into the depths.
This level here, some cool stalactites. What's over there, man? It's a hole that keeps on going, huh? The basement. Let's see what's in there.
I made it.
Coming through the hole.
Oh, man. Oh, wow, it opens up.
Yeah. There's some cave down here. This must be the...
As the cave grew tighter, they had to crawl through cramped spaces, pushing further into the darkness. Eventually, they reached a chamber with 15 different tunnels to choose from. Picking one, they continued forward, but the passage quickly narrowed even more, forcing them to squeeze through the tightest gaps.
I have no traction. It looks promising. Looks better than door number 6. Yeah, it does go back.
They crawled through water and mud, pushing further into the cave system. Suddenly, they realized they had circled back to their starting point and managed to make it out safely. Johnny's friend Cole messaged him last minute around 8 p.m. asking if he wanted to go steelhead fishing the next morning. Excited by the chance, Johnny agreed and made the hour-long drive north. As he tried to stay quiet, avoiding waking nearby people and cars, a few individuals approached his vehicle.
Just pulled up and now they're heading off. They tried pulling on my door on my truck, which was really weird, but...
They attempted to open his door, which was unsettling, but thankfully, they left without causing any trouble.
Well, some guys just pulled up and now they're heading off.
The following day, around 6 a.m., Johnny woke up to find his windows frosted over from the chilly temperature, which was probably between 20 and 30 degrees Fahrenheit. After warming up and grabbing his fishing gear, he made his way down to the river. Picture this. You're camping alone in a forest known for its eerie legends. The wind rustles through the trees, and every crack of a branch sends your heart racing. Now imagine doing this in Maryland's infamous Pocomoke Forest, a place where not all shadows are harmless. That's exactly what YouTuber CJ Faison, known for his bold camping and exploration adventures, did. However, he had no idea that the night of January 17, 2020 would bring him face to face with something far more terrifying than he could have imagined. The day started off like any other as CJ set up camp under the cover of darkness, ready to explore the notorious woods. After setting up his tent, he ventured deeper into the forest, but his journey didn't last long.
Oh, jeez. Huh. Trying to figure out. Oh. That was somebody's flashlight. I gotta be able to make my way somewhere. That's somebody's light. That's somebody's light right there. Alright, I gotta be able to make my way somewhere. That's somebody's light. I gotta turn off mine. I don't know if that's maybe a lantern or...
CJ notices a light in the distance, realizing he's not alone. He quickly switches off his torch and blends into the darkness. For 10 tense minutes, he waits in silence, unsure if the figure is friendly or dangerous. But the figure doesn't move. They remain in place, mirroring his actions.
This is kind of weird. It's kind of been a standoff. I've had my lights off ever since I first saw a flash towards my way.
The figure becomes clearer, revealing a tall, eerily thin person who moves slowly through the trees, as if looking for something or someone. Paralyzed with fear, CJ remains motionless, praying the stranger will go away. He stays hidden in the darkness for another 20 minutes, but the nightmare is far from over.
I mean, I want to be able to move, but I'm too scared to move away from this area because it's open. And if I get into a closed area where I gotta run through some briar patches, it ain't gonna happen. Like, something could actually get me at that point. Hearing things over here and back behind me, right over here, or behind the camera, I should say, but
oh! A sudden loud snap causes CJ to panic, rushing to his tent for shelter. However, he doesn't find safety there. After a long silence, he bravely uses a spirit box to try and contact any spirits, but then something startling occurs. Something crashes into the side of his tent, and CJ drops low, too terrified to step outside. He remains perfectly still, not daring to make a sound for over 30 minutes. Exhausted from fear, he finally falls asleep, unaware of the horror unfolding around him. CJ's camera, still recording, captures something truly terrifying. The figure reappears, and something, or someone, is lurking near his tent. Was it the same person he saw in the woods earlier? Had they been tormenting him the whole time? Thankfully, CJ sleeps through this, avoiding a more horrifying confrontation. The next morning, as he watches the footage, his heart pounds. Relieved that nothing worse occurred, he hurriedly packs his things and leaves the forest, promising never to return. A Reddit user shared a video they received from a family friend on a pilgrimage in Mexico, who claimed to have captured a possible sighting of La Llorona. The footage shows a woman dressed in white slowly making her way across an empty road at night, her measured steps adding to the unsettling silence. According to Mexican folklore, La Llorona is said to wander in grief, mourning her lost children. The family friend recorded the eerie sight until, without warning, the figure disappeared without a trace, leaving everyone in shock. Black Crag enjoys a good hike and adventure, but this experience made him rethink his channel. Krieg chose to camp in a large field, hoping to encounter the ghostly spectral army of Suf, a group of phantom soldiers rumored to wander the hills at night.
I want to see some spectral action. Oh, you know, I didn't bring my camera. I didn't bring it because I thought, well, it's supposed to be wall-to-wall sunshine tonight and tomorrow. Total blue sky. I thought, I hate those kind of days for photographs, but that would be such a nice shot, wouldn't it? Really nice with this grass and the soft light on the Swaledale. Where's my dog? There she is. Isn't it lovely? It's cotton grass. Absolutely beautiful. Right. Let's crack a second one open. I've only got 2.
The views from the summit were quite nice, and at first glance, the hill seemed completely normal. However, as night fell, the strange activity started to unfold.
There's no one in here, which I don't know if that makes me feel any better, because that means there's potentially someone out here. Don't know why I'm using this, I can't see a damn thing. Right, Finn, should we get inside? Come on, here you go. Okay, we're in the tent. I don't know, honestly I don't know what the hell I saw then. I don't know whether I saw, maybe it might have been my imagination now. Honestly I don't know, but flipping heck, that really spooked me. Really, really spooked me. We're just gonna try and get a bit of kip and see how we get on. Finn's down. To be honest with you, I don't think I'll get any kip at all. I'll be just paranoid all night. I mean, there's still quite a lot of light outside. And, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just saying this. There's still quite a lot of light outside. And I'm just half expecting a silhouette to go past. I'm just hearing loads of noises. And I know you hear loads of noises anyway when you're in the tent, because the tent's flapping and there's bits of grass against it. And there's all sorts of weirdness, but I'm completely spooked. Anyway, we'll see how we get on.
As Craig headed back to his tent, he spotted a dark, shadowy figure near the edge, but as he got closer, it vanished. Panicked, Craig didn't want to stay there for another night, but he had no other option. The next morning, the calming sound of birds chirping made him start doubting what he had seen the night before. Deep in a remote forest, a man and his family lived in an isolated cabin where they installed security cameras to observe wildlife. But one night, one of the cameras recorded something truly chilling. A ghostly pale figure with unnaturally long arms emerged from the shadows, moving on 2 legs. Before the man could react, it suddenly darted back into the darkness. Disturbed and unsure whether he had witnessed a supernatural entity or a mysterious stranger, he was left with more questions than answers. What made the sighting even stranger was that the figure seemed to be wearing black shoes, hinting that it might have been human after all. On a chilly October 22nd, 2023, Travis, the adventurer behind the YouTube channel The Hoggett Project, sets out for what he expects to be just another routine camping trip in the vast Washington woodlands. He's done this countless times, always on the hunt for the perfect campsite, surrounded by the serenity of nature. But today feels different. There's a strange tension in the air, an eerie sense that something unseen is lurking nearby. As Travis ventures deeper into the forest, the peaceful atmosphere is suddenly broken. A loud rustling breaks the silence. Something big is moving through the woods nearby. Travis's heart starts racing, but then the sound fades like whatever it is heading away. That's when he sees it. A huge dark figure moving fast, almost too fast, slipping between the trees just out of reach. A bear or something else? Curious, he follows, but when he gets there, it's gone. No tracks, no sign of anything, like it was never even there. Confused, he checks his camera footage, and that's when he spots something weird.
I think what I saw was another person. I don't know why they're out here and why they're running through the bushes. I mean, it's bright out here, and it was almost like it was a pure shadow that I was watching. Could have been a black bear. This is a wild place, but it was trying to be stealthy walking through the woods. But yeah, it could just be a homeless person, huh?
Travis chooses to head home, prioritizing safety. But what do you think? Was it just a trick of the light, or was something else out there? Meet Bear, a father of two and an experienced adventurer who documents his thrilling explorations on his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear. While he often goes on these journeys with close friends, tonight he's going solo into the heart of a haunted forest, a place that few are brave enough to step into.
My goodness, freaking footsteps. There was nobody there. I know you guys had to hear that. I just want to be back in the truck.
Frightened but trying to keep his composure, Bear hurries back to the van, hoping it will offer him safety. But it quickly becomes clear that safety is still out of reach.
I can't even tell you how I'm feeling right now. And I don't know why I keep feeling like there's something right behind me. And I seen like a figure. It was like a person twice. I really thought there was a person.
His instincts scream that someone, or something, is following him. He starts to walk faster, not realizing that his gut feeling is correct.
I'm seriously thinking about putting the camera down and running back to the truck. Just so I can get there faster. Sorry guys if the camera's crazy, because I've really been not paying attention to it. Sorry.
He finally reaches his van, but the forest isn't finished with him yet.
And I hope you guys heard that. I've just been laying here for probably, I don't know, a little while now. Thinking about that. That was legit. Somebody walking. Clear as day. Twice. Man, I feel tired, but at the same time my insides are still like stirring. I still feel stirred. I feel restlessness like up in here.
He believes the danger is over, but fatigue takes over and he falls asleep, if only for a short time.
I did fall asleep, but it sounded like something hit my truck. What is it? Oh, somebody's there. Somebody's there. So where's my light? Where's the...
But then, someone tries the door handles. Who would sneak through the forest in the dead of night trying to get inside? Bear steps out to check the area, but finds nothing. The sense of dread is all too real.
I'm gonna head home. Where's my keys? I'm about to head home. And, somebody's just trying to get in the truck. Imagine if the doors wouldn't have been locked. I might have still been sleeping. I don't know.
Shaken and unsettled, Bear decides to leave the forest. He hurriedly packs up and drives away. As the van pulls into the night, one question lingers. Who or what was out there that night? And why were they trying to get into his van? This clip comes from the YouTube channel Midwest Ghost Hunter, where Ian documents his solo adventures exploring some of the most haunted places in America, searching for solid paranormal proof. This time, he's at a Native American burial mound, a place wrapped in mystery and legend. Many believe the spirits of those buried here still roam, guarding the sacred land. Determined to capture paranormal activity, Ian sets up for an overnight investigation. It's October 10th, 2023. After a tough hike through thick woods, Ian finally arrives at the burial mounds. Everything seems fine as he gets ready for the night, until the weather suddenly takes a turn.
This time, I'm at a very interesting location. It's way out in the woods. It's very secluded. Not many houses near here. Something happens to me out here, I don't think anyone's gonna hear my screams. which is kind of scary. You know, there wasn't really supposed to be a storm, but if you look, I got some ominous clouds coming in, and the wind is starting to pick up, and I'm starting to feel raindrops. Oh man, I hope it doesn't rain too hard. It wasn't supposed to, but I'll have to recheck the forecast. Hopefully it's just brief. Just brief enough to energize this place.
A sudden downpour threatens to ruin Ian's plans, forcing him to wait it out. Fortunately, the rain eventually lets up, and by nightfall, the skies are clear again. Feeling relieved, he kicks off his investigation, completely unaware of the terrifying events that are about to unfold.
Storm has passed. It should be a clear night from here on out. I can definitely feel the electricity in the air right now. And here we are. Right when you walk in, there's the first mound. Man, walking through these woods, I feel like anything could just pop out at me right now. Like from anywhere. Bears, Bigfoot, ghosts, anything. Okay. I don't know if I'm going crazy. I thought I heard something behind me. Hello? Who's over there? I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid. I thought I heard something, but I'm not sure.
As Ian nears the first burial mound, an eerie tension fills the air. A strange heaviness settles in, and his nerves start to spike. Moving cautiously through the dark woods, he hears rustling sounds coming from the shadows, but sees nothing. He pushes forward, unsure if it's just his imagination or if something is really out there. But as he ventures deeper, the mysterious noises persist.
Oh, holy sh**. Okay. All right. Okay, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not going crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I should try this, but I'm going to try walking backwards because I want to see what's coming up behind me. Honestly, I don't even like walking backwards because I don't know what's ahead of me. Is there somebody out here with me? Oh my God! Holy sh**. That scared me so bad. That was a straight up voice. From thin air. It was as if somebody was standing like right there.
Clear, deliberate footsteps echo nearby, yet no one is in sight. Gathering his courage, Ian calls out into the darkness, and to his shock, a disembodied voice responds from deep within the forest. Both startled and intrigued by the potential paranormal encounter, he pushes forward, attempting to make further contact.
Hello? My name is Ian. Could you tell me your name? Are you standing in this exact spot right here? Could you say something? You might not even understand me, that's the thing. Oh, man. Getting really chilled over here. I'm gonna walk up a little closer. I'm coming towards you. I mean you no harm. Oh my God! Holy shit! Oh my God, something just grabbed my shoulder. Holy moly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to react that way. You just scared me. I really don't know what kind of grab that was. I don't know if that was like a hey kind of grab or hey, like get out of.
The voice goes silent, but Ian isn't ready to back down just yet. As he moves closer to investigate, something suddenly grabs his shoulder. Startled, his heart pounds. Was this a warning or an invitation? Shaken but determined, he takes a deep breath, steadies himself, and presses on, eager to uncover more.
Alright, here's mound number 2. I'm actually not going to say anything this time. I'm actually just going to listen. Oh my god, I'm hearing all kinds of things over here. It sounds like voices, but they're so faint.
As Ian reaches the second mound, soft whispers drift through the darkness surrounding him. Instead of fear, a sense of fascination takes over. The spirits that seem to linger here don't feel entirely threatening. If anything, they spark his curiosity, pulling him further into the mystery.
This place has got a lot of spiritual energy. Like, I could just feel it walking through here. And it's a good kind of energy. It's like peaceful. At least I hope it's all peaceful. I know there's apparently a wolf spirit out here somewhere. Okay, I keep hearing like animals out here moving about. I think they're getting spooked by me. Anybody down here? Even though there's not much going on right now, it's a lot of fun just being out here. Out in the wilderness. Even though it's dark, I can barely see 10 feet ahead of me. Still a lot of fun. Okay. Okay, that sounded like a coyote, a dog, or God forbid, a wolf. Holy. Just when I said it was fun being out here. Pretty sure there was a goose back there splashing in the water. I'm a little more concerned with the howling. The question is, what would I rather be? A wolf spirit or a real wolf? I don't know what.
The strange but almost calming vibe keeps Ian going, even as the sounds of wildlife remind him that there could be actual dangers nearby. Knowing there might be predators around, he stays on his toes but pushes forward, too curious to stop now.
What the f was that? Dude, that was crazy. You know what that sounded like? That sounded like a drum. A drum. It was like a tribal drum, like in a ritual or something. It was coming from this area. Dude, that is so crazy. I mean, what else could that be? That is undeniable. Like, that legit sounded like a drum being hit. Am I wrong? Like, I feel like I'm going crazy out here.
Out of nowhere, a steady drumming echoes through the forest, almost as if it's tied to the spirits of those buried there. The eerie rhythm pulls Ian in, compelling him to find out where it's coming from.
Whoa. Oh my. It's another mound. And this is where that was coming from. Dude, that is so crazy. I would have never found this if it wasn't for that sound. I mean, like, what are the odds that that sound would lead me to a mound? A gigantic one. This one is huge. Look how long that goes. It goes all the way to that tree right there. Whew. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you for playing your beautiful music.
As he tracks the sound, Ian stumbles upon another burial mound, bigger and more intimidating than the others. A wave of awe and gratitude washes over him as he silently thanks the spirits for leading him here. But that feeling doesn't last long. Something about this place feels off.
It's weird. It smells like incense almost over here. Or like sage. I don't know. It's like different. I can't pinpoint it. Oh, it almost burns my lungs. Are you smoking something over here? Okay, I just heard talking. It sounded like a male voice.
A strange, unexplainable scent drifts through the air, followed by a faint, ghostly voice. Ian quickly turns, hoping to make contact again, but before he can react, something truly chilling unfolds.
Could you speak again? Oh my god! Dude, that was a face! I just seen a face! That was a glowing face!
A ghostly face materializes, perfectly captured on camera. A cold shiver runs down Ian's spine as adrenaline surges through him. Overwhelmed by the experience and feeling it's best to respect the spirits, he decides not to stay the night. Trusting his instincts, he packs up and leaves the forest, both shaken and satisfied with the evidence he captured. This eerie encounter leaves us all wondering about the thin veil between the living and the dead. This video comes from the well-known YouTube channel Aquachigger, where Bo shares a mix of exciting content from fascinating animal videos to hobbies like magnet fishing. With a strong passion for the outdoors, he loves bringing his viewers along on his adventures in nature. But this particular video takes an unexpected twist. While on a solo wild camping trip in the forest, Bo stumbles upon something eerie. It's February 11th, 2024, and what was supposed to be a peaceful stealth camping experience suddenly takes a strange turn when he notices something unusual.
A good ways from the nearest town, although there is a shopping center not too far away, maybe half a mile that way. And I was metal detecting through here, and I could see something up in the woods, blue tarp. And I see some movement down there, so I'm going to switch your gaze. See it? Yeah, okay. Those are deer. And the reason I was kind of freaking out is that I saw a blue tarp, out in the woods in front of me. So I went over there, kind of investigated, because I'm always looking for stuff, looking at stuff. And I found what appeared to be a huge homeless.
After carefully watching from a distance, Bo takes a deep breath and musters the courage to move in for a closer look. The discovery piques his curiosity and sends a rush of excitement through him, but his adventurous nature urges him to keep going.
I'm kind of going slow to make sure I don't see anybody in there. You'll notice how I'm dressed in my green and my vest and stuff. Sometimes that gives me a little bit of an advantage when I'm doing this kind of thing, because I look like I might be law enforcement and people have a tendency to scatter. So that's why I do this. Well, not the only reason, but that's one of the reasons. Boy, I tell you one thing. I was down the hill there when I was looking at it, and it looked like it was huge compared to what it is. It's actually a little bit smaller. I thought that thing was like 3 stories tall. Right now I'm looking for trails where people walk, because if there are people still using this, they would have, the leaves would not be just laying around like that.
The site shows clear evidence that someone once lived there, or might still be around, which gives Bo an uneasy feeling he can't shake. Realizing he's been camping in the area for days without noticing only adds to his discomfort. Though the place appears deserted, he remains on edge, prepared for any surprises.
Look, all the tools for cultivation, I guess. Beanbag. Because especially when it's really cold in the wintertime, sometimes the alcoholics freeze it. That's happened many times around here. There's a footprint there, but it's just one, and that could be kind of old. You can see it's kind of, doesn't look very fresh.
The site appears to have been abandoned suddenly, with belongings scattered and signs of recent activity still visible. Yet an eerie emptiness lingers. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, Beau's curiosity and concern outweigh his fear, compelling him to dig deeper into the mystery.
Looks like they left a bunch of gear right there. There's a duffel bag, army duffel bag or military duffel bag and some stuff. We'll look at that real quick. Makes me wonder, makes me kind of assume anyway, that this is probably a veterans camp. I don't know how many other types of people would read something like that, which is kind of sad. I mean, you shouldn't have veterans living in the woods. Well, no one should be living in the woods. There's a trap. I don't like to see traps set where people aren't checking them. So we're going to spring that one for them. Luckily something didn't wander in there and get trapped and starved. I don't like animals to suffer. Yeah, look at that. Look, they're planning on coming back. They had to have stolen that. I mean, why the heck would they have an electric freaking piece of equipment out here? Kind of sad. I hear he got run off. Maybe that's why he has stuff scattered everywhere. I'm still kind of sad.
Noting the signs that suggest someone might return, Beau feels the weight of the eerie and sorrowful atmosphere, choosing to leave everything as it is. Back at his campsite, the uneasy feeling lingers, prompting him to pack up quickly. The unsettling discovery serves as a stark reminder of those who live in isolation, hidden from society's view. As he exits the forest, he's struck with a deep sense of gratitude for the life he has. The thought of people living unnoticed and disconnected from the world is unsettling, a reminder to be both appreciative and cautious when venturing into the wilderness alone. Two friends embark on a quiet camping trip, hoping for a peaceful and relaxing escape.
Yes, and it's working just the same, better, because obviously the other one's not working. Right, so all the final checks done. No trace has been left, just the way it should be.
After setting up camp, they notice something unusual that raised concerns about the area.
For my camp, I have 4 flat tires and a smashed windscreen and a smashed window, complete with rock inside. Everything's been taken.
When they return, they find their camper has been damaged, with no sign of the culprit, leaving them stunned and powerless. This chilling camping story comes from the Spanish YouTube channel Eerie Hernandez, where Eerie shares various content but is best known for his daring explorations of terrifying locations that most would avoid. In this video, Eerie heads out on an overnight adventure with a few friends to explore a cave known as Devil's Cave. The cave has a dark reputation, rumored to be the site of satanic rituals over the years. Though the group expected a tense night, they were unprepared for the horrors they would face. It's February 12th, 2023, and Eerie and his friends start their hike through the thick woods toward the secluded Devil's Cave. Their excitement is high as they begin their journey under cover of night. But when they reach the cave, their optimism quickly fades, replaced by a heavy, oppressive feeling that seems to settle over the area.
Wow. No, qué bárbaro. Vean, mi gente, todo esto está lleno de trabajos. Oye, yo lo que no veo es la veladora que se veía desde arriba, desde abajo, perdón. ¿La viste tú? Yo no la vi, güey. Cuidado. ¡Ah, la verga! Se empiezan a escuchar ruido. Mi gente hermosa. Pues miren, aquí está la entrada de la cueva del diablo. Ahí viene la flota. No sé qué se vaya a grabar allá adentro. Pero la cosa es que vean, mi gente, vean. A la verga, hay un altar, pa. Hay un altar. Vean nomás. A la verga, güey. Mira, ropa, güey, veladora. Ay, Dios mío. A la verga. No tiene manos, ¿viste? Bueno, sí, como...
As they enter the cave, a horrible smell of decay overwhelms them. They soon find what seems to be an altar, with a devilish statue standing nearby. The sight shakes them, and they start to feel the first hints of regret. Doubts about their decision to seek out this infamous spot begin to creep in. Wanting to get some fresh air, they step outside, but that's when the real nightmare starts.
Vamos a empezar a bajar, güey, poquito a poquito. Vamos a bajar poquito a poquito, mi gente. La neta, lo que se vio allá adentro. Verga. Está cabrón. Oye. ¿Oíste? Güey, ya fue adentro. ¿Fue adentro? Verga, mi gente. No mames, se oyó aquí en corto, güey. Cuidado. Si fue adentro. Si fue adentro, vaya adentro. Oh, chingas a tu madre, güey. No sé. A la verga. Vete a la verga. ¿Qué pendejo? Quítate. ¿Qué fue? Quítate. No mames. Cuidado, güey, cuidado. Cuidado.
As they carefully descended the hill, one of them spotted a dark, motionless figure standing in a rocky hollow. Overcome with fear, the group doesn't waste a second and bolts down the hillside, scrambling as fast as they can, but their terror only intensifies when, as they attempt to find their way out of the forest, another dark figure steps out from the shadows.
No mames. Güey, ¿dónde vas? ¿Qué pedo? No mames. No mames, güey. Madre, güey, acá se está mamada, güey. Espérate, súbate. No, pendejo. Verga, me tropecé. Ay, fue tu puta. Verga, me pegué un vergazo en la mano. Puta madre, qué cura. ¿Sí lo viste?
Already on edge, the group is startled again when a figure, eerily similar to the one they spotted near the cave, suddenly emerges from the bushes. Just when they thought things couldn't get worse, this new encounter took their fear to a whole new level. Even though they were wiped out from running, they had no choice but to keep going, their sense of safety completely gone. One of them, totally drained from everything, even started feeling dizzy, making the panic that much worse for the group.
¿Bien? Güerito. De volada se siente hasta el cambio de temperatura, cabrón. No mames, cómo me sacó el sí, zapato, cuando
se estaba poniendo así me estaba yo empezando a sentir.
Ya está, Ángel, ya está él.
After what seemed like an endless nightmare, the group finally made it out of the forest, completely rattled but relieved to be safe. With their hearts still pounding and nerves on edge, they rushed to their cars, desperate to leave the terrifying experience behind. The regret of ever going near the notorious Devil's Cave lingered, but one thing was clear: they would never forget this encounter. Their story serves as a stark reminder of how intense fear can be when facing the unknown. YouTuber Caballero Paranormal live-streamed his experience joining a group of witches for a ritual in a remote location. As he moved further into unfamiliar ground, he unexpectedly encountered someone.
Ay, güey, ¿qué es eso que está ahí? Ay, cabrón. Buenas noches.
An elderly woman sat among the bushes, dressed in dark clothing.
¿Pero por qué? ¿Qué hace aquí? ¿Qué está haciendo aquí sola?
Que se largue.
Tranquila, tranquila. ¿Cómo se llama? Aquí está peligroso para que... Aquí está peligroso para que esté aquí.
He attempted to talk to her, but the situation quickly escalated when she began throwing stones at him.
¿Cómo se llama? ¿Eh? ¿Qué hace aquí? Aquí es peligroso. Tranquila, 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 tranquila. Hola, cabrón. Tranquila, tranquila. Ahora, güey. Estás mamón. Ay, güey. No mames, cabrón. No seas mamón. No mames. No mames, no mames. No. Hola, cabrón.
Startled, he backed away, unsure if she was part of the ritual or something else entirely. Ian, a well-known and beloved YouTuber from the Midwest Ghost Hunter channel, captured this eerie footage. As his channel name suggests, Ian has always been intrigued by the paranormal, with a mission to capture undeniable proof of the supernatural on camera and share it with his viewers, evidence of his long-held beliefs. However, this time, he decided to push the limits even further. Instead of investigating an abandoned house or an old cemetery, Ian took on something far riskier, a night spent alone in one of the most haunted forests in the country. No friends, no backup, just him, his equipment, and whatever might be hiding in the dark. It was March 25th, 2024, a chilly, crisp night when Ian embarked on this chilling adventure.
Guys, Midwest Ghost Hunter here, bringing you yet another ghost hunting alone video. In this video, I'm going to be investigating 2 different locations. The first is a haunted bridge known as the Red Bridge. It is said to be haunted by a woman who drove her car off of the bridge and was. The second location I'm going to be investigating is called the Man Mound Park. It memorializes a giant Native American burial mound that dates somewhere back between 800 and 1200 AD.
While logging in with his viewers, Ian outlined his plan and gave a quick overview of the location's history. With his camera rolling, he got into his car and started the long drive to his destination, the infamous Red Bridge, a place steeped in eerie folklore where locals talk of shadowy figures, strange noises, and the spirit of a woman endlessly trapped in the darkness. After a long hour-and-a-half drive, Ian finally reached his destination. His first task was to confirm he was truly alone, so he carefully scanned the area to ensure no one else was nearby.
Oh yeah. Just a bunch of rocks and the other side of the bridge. So I'm kind of wondering where this crash would have taken place. I'd imagine they would have had to have driven off somewhere over here, kind of to the side of the bridge, or maybe even over there on that side. I'm gonna make my way back up and do some thermal.
Feeling it was time to start his investigation, Ian took his ghost hunting gear and began searching the area for any signs of paranormal activity.
Oh, whoa. What the? Whoa, that bridge just moved. I might be going crazy, but I saw that branch over there start swaying back and forth. I know it's windy, but it isn't that windy.
Something strange happened. An unsettling chill ran down his spine, his breath grew shallow, and the hairs on his neck stood up. He soon realized he wasn't alone. Rather than turning back, Ian did what few would. He walked directly toward the trees, hoping to make contact with whatever was lurking there.
It's this one, right here. That thing was just moving like crazy. I mean, it's one thing if like all of the brush was moving, but it was just that single one, isolated. How do you explain that? If you're a spirit and you just moved this tree here, could you move it again? No way! It just moved! I gotta look at this. This thing just moved again. On command. And look at this. For all the skeptics out there, there is no
fishing line, nothing. Uncut video.
It appeared Ian had connected with something powerful, something he had never experienced before. A cold presence surrounded him, sending a shiver down his spine and causing the hairs on the back of his neck to stand on end. A deep sense of unease flooded over him, and his instincts told him he wasn't alone. To confirm his feelings, he grabbed his camera and started snapping pictures, hoping to capture whatever was lurking in the shadows.
Whoa, I think I got something in that one. I caught another one. Whoa, there's a freaking mist right over here. And it's gone now. It's completely gone. Whoa. Holy moly, it was just right over here.
Terrified by the strange events unfolding around him, Ian tried to reassure himself, telling himself there must be a logical explanation. Seeking answers, he decided to check under the bridge, thinking someone might be hiding there.
Far down here as I can. Hello? Oh my god, this is so nuts. I'm literally hearing her voice echoing from down here.
Did you catch that? It seemed like Ian had genuinely encountered something unseen and powerful. Let's boost the audio so you can hear it more clearly. There it was, a voice, and it wasn't just any voice. It sounded like a woman's, but where did it come from? Ian was determined to find out. Without thinking twice, he grabbed his spirit box, a device used by ghost hunters to communicate with spirits. What happened next took the night to a whole new level of terror.
Oh, oh, holy sh**. That was loud. Oh God. There's nobody out here. I'm the only one here. That noise? What could have caused it? Hello? What the f***? There's like wet spots on the bridge. I do not remember those being there. And what's terrifying is that this is where I saw that figure walking. Hello? I can hear you clanging around over there. Oh, what the f***? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm freaked out. I'm freaked out. My booster light is... I'm on my last set of batteries. I think I had enough of this place. What the f*** was that? She literally splashed in the water. Yeah, that's it. I'm good. I'm good.
That was Ian's breaking point. Shaken to his core, he decided he had had enough of this place. The overwhelming number of unexplainable events around him was too much to handle. Ian chose to move on to the next supposedly haunted location, hoping it would help him regain his composure. But fate had other plans for him.
All right. Here we are. Gee, that was creepy. I don't know what kind of animal that is. Sounds animalistic, whatever that was. You can see all the different plaques here they got. That's a map of different effigy mounds around Wisconsin. And then this is what the mound looks like right here. That's just right up ahead.
When he arrived at the new location, a brief sense of calm washed over him, and his nerves settled a little. However, he had no idea what awaited him in the darkness.
Just to make note, there is a farm right next to here. So if you hear mooing or other animal sounds, that is where that's coming from.
That was a bit different. What the hell was that? Okay, that came from over here. That sounds almost like whistling. I mean, it could be coming from the wind, but I don't know. It sounds strange.
Night vision camera in hand, Ian cautiously surveyed the area. The forest lay before him, quiet and motionless, until it wasn't. Odd, unsettling sounds pierced the silence, making his heart race as he stood frozen, eyes scanning desperately for the source.
Oh my God. It's getting louder. Hello? That's a donkey. Didn't think I'd be communicating with one of those. That's so strange. What could that sound be? I'm not really hearing it anymore either. So if I hear those whistling sounds now, I'll know that that wasn't the wind. But as of now, I think it's kind of up in the air. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just heard voices.
Ian cautiously moved deeper into the forest, and the sounds grew louder with each step. What started as a faint whistling, an eerie melody on the wind, soon turned into whispers, soft murmurs echoing around him. But who else would be out here at 3 a.m.? It didn't add up. Despite his confusion, he kept his guard up, scanning the area with shallow breaths, trying to understand what was going on. That's when he saw something truly terrifying.
Whoa! What the hell was that? That was a glowing anomaly. It just appeared and disappeared.
In the distance, Ian noticed a strange, unexplainable light moving slowly through the trees. It wasn't like a flashlight, too dim and erratic. Was it something supernatural, or was someone hiding in the woods with a flashlight, possibly watching him?
Who's over there? I see you. Oh, I just heard that. That was a fully vocalized voice, and he literally just responded to me. Holy moly, that gave me such chills. That was freaking wild. It's like he rose up from the ground and spoke to me.
Ian tried to stay calm as he moved to the other side of the open area, hoping to distance himself from whatever was in the darkness. But just as he was about to leave, the noises around him grew louder, as if something was tracking his every move.
There's that whistling. I heard a whistle. Again. Okay, so I wasn't going crazy earlier. That just came from these woods. I'm gonna try whistling back, see what happens. Oh God, oh God. Yeah, I kind of knew better. I was warned against whistling in the woods. I heard it was bad juju. Oh, do I dare investigate it? Here goes.
Even though a knot of unease was building in his chest, Ian wasn't the type to back off. He came here looking for answers, and he wasn't leaving without them. Taking a deep breath, he pushed on, heading further into the woods, determined to find out what was causing the noises. He tried to convince himself it was just someone messing with him, but deep down, he knew better. The air felt too tense, like something wasn't quite right.
Oh gosh. I have a bad feeling about doing this. Oh God. What the hell? Those sounded like footsteps. That was coming from over this way. Is there somebody over here? Oh God. This area is completely fenced off. But this is where I heard it. It was in here.
Hello? Oh my God, it literally sounds like somebody walking over there. I can literally hear him in the grass. Those were straight up footsteps over there.
Out of nowhere, the footsteps started. They definitely weren't his, and they weren't far off. They were all around him. It felt like something invisible was circling him just out of sight. His breath caught in his throat as he spun around, his night vision camera darting around, trying to catch a glimpse of anything. But no matter where he looked, there was no one. Let's crank up the audio so you can hear it for yourself.
What the hell is that? It was another freaking glow. I just saw it. I just saw it again. Holy crap, that was just like the one from before. It was right over here. I just seen it. Hello? Oh, wait, shh. Listen. I am utterly speechless right now. Those were some of the clearest footsteps I've ever heard.
Shaken, Ian could only reach one conclusion. There was no one else out here. The constant footsteps, the ghostly whispers, yet not a single person in sight. And that strange light, it felt wrong. This had to be something paranormal. There was just no other explanation. Wanting hard evidence, he made up his mind to try one last time. Reaching into his pocket, he pulled out his spirit box, the tool many ghost hunters use to communicate with spirits.
What was the whistling I heard? What? Oh God, no. No. I do not like that. I don't know if I'm going crazy, but that sounded like it said Wendigo. Did you just say what I think you just said? What if that's what I've been talking to on the spirit box? What if I'm talking to a, you know what? I'm shutting this off. Okay, I think I'm done with this. I'm gonna continue investigating, but I don't want to explore anything to do with that, so I'm staying away from the woods. I'm just gonna stick to the mound.
The moment the word Wendigo crackled through the speaker, a deep, suffocating dread settled over Ian. Wendigos weren't just spirits. They were cannibalistic beings from Algonquian folklore, known for their endless hunger and evil nature. Legends say that even seeing one is a sign of impending death, a warning that something horrible is coming. Standing alone in those cursed woods, Ian had no desire to tempt fate any longer. He decided he'd pushed his luck enough and cut the investigation short. Whatever he'd encountered, it was far too powerful and dark. This was no game. Needing to clear his head, he headed for a nearby mountain, hoping getting some distance would help shake off the fear creeping through him. But as he reached the top of the hill, something happened that sent chills down his spine.
What the? Holy! Something just freaking ran right in front of me. Oh God, I nearly myself. I kind of feel like I'm agitating the spirits right now. I don't think it's a good idea for me to stay much longer. Okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. Oh God.
Freaked out, Ian finally hit his breaking point. His body just took off running before his brain could even catch up. He sprinted out of the forest. Whatever was lurking out there, he was done with it. The drive back home was eerily quiet. No music, no distractions, just the road stretching on and all his thoughts spinning. The whole night kept playing in his mind, getting more unsettling with each replay. First, the red bridge, now this. There was no way it was something a human could have set up. It had to be paranormal. By the time he got home, he was wiped out, but his mind wouldn't shut off. No matter how much he tried to make sense of it, the proof was too real. This investigation was going to stay with him forever. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.